My name is María José Archila Barrios, and I have an idea for a short story of horror and suspense titled The Pit and the Pendulum. It's a mysterious story which develops during the time of Inquisition. The environment of the story is the dungeon with an absence of light and bad quality conditions surrounded by suffering, death, and plague. Furthermore, the dungeon had a strange, fearful image with shivering and demonic characteristics. The cell had a pendulum at the top, and its velocity increased depending on the amount of time. The protagonist, who is the narrator, is involved in a conflict about obtaining liberty. He is trying to find a way to get out. The protagonist is surrounded by judges and figures he believes are specters. They represent the time of Inquisition and suffering. In other words, he needs to find a way to escape from the dungeon and few chances to survive, with the pendulum constantly threatening him. It is a puzzling story which represents a movement of revolution and fights, a constant disagreement with men. After eternal disturbing moments of agony and desperation, he is analyzing and counting the paces of the cell to analyze the territory and try to plan an escape and find liberty. At the end, he felt, and a sound of a door is evident, letting him know a specific punishment. Later, he observed the strange pictures and thought that the pendulum in the top is just a product of his imagination, but is a moment of suspense and uncertain knowledge that lets him discover his reality, that the pendulum increases his velocity and will kill him if he does not find a way to escape and survive. Suddenly, the most exciting and intense part of the story is when a group of rats that at the beginning cause an alarm and suspense state in the protagonist finally are the heroes of the plot because they cut the bandage with their tooth and they freed him. Finally, the protagonist felt freedom and challenged death. As a result of the absence of his bandages, he inspected the dungeon and was discovering the origin of the absence of light and the real structure of the cell. While he was analyzing the dungeon and observing the acute and obtuse angles of the walls, he started listening to human voices and entering a state of panic and alarm. Because of the impact of fright, he was going to fall, but General Lasalle caught him as he fell. Finally, the Inquisition was in power of the enemies, and the French army had entered into Toledo. It was a time where peace was a far goal to reach, and quality, harmony, and respect stood out because of their absence.